niṣikte nāma-rūpe tu ṣaḍāyatana-saṁbhavaḥ ṣaḍāyatanam āgamya saṁsparśaḥ saṁpravartate.
Niṣikte nāma-rūpe tu. Tu means but. Niṣikte nāma-rūpe is another locative absolute expression. So niṣikte means instilled. From the previous verse, psycho-physicality is instilled. The nāma-rūpe, name form. Nāma-rūpa is name and form. Nāma-rūpe is locative. So niṣikte nāma-rūpe means where or when psycho-physicality is instilled. ṣaḍāyatana-saṁbhavaḥ. Sambhava means coming into being. So saṁbhavaḥ is nominative, it means there is a coming into being of ṣaḍāyatana. Ayatana means the sense sphere. So shad means six, ṣaḍāyatana, the six sense spheres. Niṣikte nāma-rūpe tu ṣaḍāyatana-saṁbhavaḥ. But where psycho-physicality is instilled, there is the coming into being of six sense spheres. So psycho-physicality is the fourth link of the 12, and the six sense spheres are the fifth link. Those six senses being vision, audition, feeling, smelling, tasting, and the compound sense of proprioception, or mind as the sixth one. ṣaḍāyatanam āgamya saṁsparśaḥ saṁpravartate. ṣaḍāyatanam, nominative, singular, the six sense spheres, or the sixfold sense sphere. Āgamya is a absolutive, so it means having arrived. Gam is the verbal root to go, and āgam means to arrive or come. ṣaḍāyatanam āgamya, six sense spheres having arrived. saṁsparśaḥ saṁpravartate. Saṁsparśaḥ means contact. Sparśaḥ means touch, and sam is a prefix meaning together or totally. So touching together, contact. Saṁsparśaḥ is nominative, singular. Saṁpravartate, the verbal root is vrit, to roll. So pravrit means roll forward. Saṁpravit means roll forward together. In other words, to occur. So ṣaḍāyatanam āgamya saṁsparśaḥ saṁpravartate. Six sense spheres having arrived, there occurs contact. So contact is the sixth of the 12 links. Then verse 4.
cakṣuḥ pratītya rūpaṁ samanvāhārameva ca.
Cakṣuḥ pratītya rūpaṁ ca samanvāhārameva ca. Cakṣuḥ is the eye, and nominative singular, cakṣuḥ. Pratītya means it's again an absolute form, having pratītyā, gone back to, having gone back to. In other words, depending on. So depending on the eye, rūpaṁ is form, as in nāma-rūpa. But here, rūpa means the object of the senses. So I'm looking at the wall is rūpa, and I'm looking with my eye, cakṣuḥ. So cakṣuḥ pratītyā rūpaṁ ca is and. So depending on the eye and on form, samanvāhāram eva ca. Samanvāhāram means bringing together. So eva is emphatic and cha means and. Cakṣuḥ pratītyā rūpaṁ ca samanvāhāram eva ca. So depending on the eye and on form and on the bringing of the two together.
nāma-rūpaṁ pratītyaivaṁ vijñānaṁ saṁpravartate.
Nāma-rūpaṁ pratītyaivaṁ. So again, nāma-rūpaṁ is name and form or psycho-physicality. Pratītya, again, depending on. Aivaṁ, that's pratītya, and evaṁ is pratītyaivaṁ. Evaṁ means thus. So depending thus on psycho-physicality. Vijñānaṁ saṁpravartate. Vijñānaṁ, as we saw in verse 1 and 2, consciousness or divided consciousness. Saṁpravartate again means occurs. Nāma-rūpaṁ pratītyaivaṁ vijñānaṁ saṁpravartate. Thus, depending on psycho-physicality, divided consciousness occurs. So I translated evaṁ as in other words. So depending on eye, on form, and on the bringing of the two together, depending, in other words, on psycho-physicality, divided consciousness occurs. So in these two verses, Nagarjuna's taking the links in the chain back again towards the beginning. So in verse 3, he says, where psycho-physicality, that's number 4, is instilled, there is the coming into the being of the 6 sense spheres, that's number 5. 6 sense spheres having arrived, there occurs contact, that's number 6. And now he's going back, depending on eye, on form, and the bringing of the two together. So there he's talking about the 6 sense spheres, eye and form, and the bringing of the two together, which is contact, number 6. He says, depending, in other words, on psycho-physicality, which is number 4, divided consciousness, number 3, occurs. So we're getting a sense of, okay, it's a link from one to the other, but each link in the chain is empty of itself and full of all the other links in the chain. So it's not only a matter of progressing in one way, it also goes back the other way. I think that's the general sense of verse 4. Then verse 5.
saṁnipātas trayāṇāṁ yo rūpa-vijñāna-cakṣuṣām.
Saṁnipātas trayāṇāṁ yo rūpa-vijñāna-cakṣuṣām. So saṁnipātas, saṁnipātaha is a nominative singular again, and it means combination. Trayāṇāṁ, of the 3, genitive plural. 3 is 3, trayāṇāṁ, of the 3. Yo is yaha, means whatever. So saṁnipātas trayāṇāṁ yo, whatever combination of the 3 there is. Rūpa-vijñāna-cakṣuṣām, so those are the 3. Form, consciousness, and I. So that's genitive plural again. So cakṣuḥ goes to cakṣuṣām, genitive plural. Saṁnipātas trayāṇāṁ yo rūpa-vijñāna-cakṣuṣām. Whatever combination there is of the three, form, consciousness, and I. So you see he's joining the link. Consciousness is actually the third in the 12 links, but it's also part of the 6 sense spheres. In the second line, sparśaḥ sa tasmāt sparśaḥ vedanā-saṁpravartate. Sparśaḥ is again contact. Before we had saṁsparśaḥ, this is sparśaḥ, means the same contact. Sometimes Nagarjuna will choose a word of 2 syllables or 3 syllables, not with any significance for the meaning, but just because he has to get 8 syllables in each pada. Each verse has got 32 syllables, 4 padas of 8 syllables each. So sparśaḥ sa tasmāt sparśaḥ, that's 8 syllables. And sparśaḥ sa means that is contact. Tasmāt means ablative of that. Tat is that. Tasmāt is ablative. It means from that. Sparśaḥ is ablative of sparśaḥ, so it means from contact. So tasmāt sparśaḥ means from that contact. Cha means and. So sparśaḥ sa, that is contact. Whatever combination there is of the 3, that is contact. Tasmāt sparśaḥ, and from that contact, vedanā-saṁpravartate, there occurs feeling. So we're going forward again through the 12 links. Whatever combination there is of the 3, form, consciousness, and I, so that's link number 5, the 6 sense spheres, but linked back to consciousness, which is the 3rd link, that is contact, the 6th in the link. And from that contact, there occurs feeling, the 7th in the link.
sparśaḥ sa tasmāt sparśaḥ vedanā-saṁpravartate.
Sparśaḥ sa tasmāt sparśaḥ vedanā-saṁpravartate. Verse 6.
vedanā-pratyayā tṛṣṇā vedanārthaṁ hi tṛṣyate.
Vedanā-pratyayā tṛṣṇā vedanārthaṁ hi tṛṣyate. So, tṛṣṇā means thirsting or craving. And it's nominative feminine, tṛṣṇā. So the compound vedanā-pratyayā, which means conditioned by feeling, with feeling as a condition, that compound is agreeing with tṛṣṇā, is nominative singular feminine, pratyayā. Vedanā-pratyayā tṛṣṇā. Conditioned by feeling, there is thirsting. So feeling is the 7th link, and thirsting, tṛṣṇā, the 8th. Vedanā-pratyayā tṛṣṇā vedanārthaṁ hi tṛṣyate. Tṛṣyate is passive of the verb trish, the verbal root trish, which means to thirst or to crave. So tṛṣyate means is craved, is thirsted after. He means for. Vedanārthaṁ is vedana, feeling, plus artha. Artha has many possible meanings, including usefulness and value and purpose. But here it means the object in connection with with feeling or with the senses. Vedanārthaṁ, vedana plus artham, vedanārthaṁ means the object of feeling. Vedanārthaṁ hi tṛṣyate, for the object of feeling is thirsted after. Vedanā-pratyayā tṛṣṇā, vedanārthaṁ hi tṛṣyate. Conditioned by feeling, there is thirsting, for the object of feeling is thirsted after. Next line.
tṛṣyamāṇa upādānam, upādatte catur-vidham.
Tṛṣyamāṇa upādānam, upādate catur-vidham. So tṛṣyamāṇa upādānam is, if we split it into its original words, it's tṛṣyamāṇe upādānam. But when you've got A and U together in that way, tṛṣyamāṇe upādānam, it's easier euphonically to turn the E into an A. So tṛṣyamāṇa is originally tṛṣyamāṇe. That's locative. So it's another one of these locative expressions, locative absolute. So locative means where. Locative means tṛṣyamāṇa is in thirsting. In thirsting, in other words, while thirsting is going on, or where, more literally, where thirsting is going on. So tṛṣyamāṇa is a present participle of trish. So thirsting, it's a present participle and passive. So it means is being thirsted. So in the is being thirsted is most literal translation of tṛṣyamāṇe. In the being thirsted. So how do you translate that into reasonable English? While thirsting is going on. Tṛṣyamāṇe, while thirsting is going on. Upādānam. Upādāna is a really important word in this chapter and in MMK generally. So da means to give, and ada is giving this way, giving to oneself. So it means appropriating to oneself. Sometimes it means making use of. So it can be used ironically for those two, because it also means attachment, clinging, grasping. So the grasping has got a pejorative sense of attachment, but you can also have a sense of, practical sense of you're making use of something. So the final verse of MMK says, ānukampam upādāyā. It describes the Buddha as having attached to compassion, or having grasped compassion. So it's ironic, I think, intended to be ironic in the sense it suggests the Buddha as depending on compassion, relating to the teaching of dependent arising. So upada means to grasp, to take to oneself. Upādāya is the absolute of it, so it means having attached, having grasped, having depended on. But the word here is upādāna. So the na at the end is a a neuter action noun. So it means clinging or grasping or attachment. And it's the, what number are we up to? It's number 1 is avidya, ignorance. Number 2 is samskaras, confections or doings, contrivances. Number 3 is vijñāna, consciousness, divided consciousness. Number 4 is psycho-physicality. Number 5 is the 6 sense spheres. Number 6 is contact, saṁsparśaḥ. Number 7 is vedanā, feeling. Number 8 is tṛṣṇā, thirsting, craving. And tṛṣyamāṇa upādānam. While thirsting is going on, number 9 is clinging or attachment or grasping. So number 9, tṛṣyamāṇa upādānam upādātte catur-vidham. So upādātte is the verb from upada, and so it means how are we going to say it's in a as an active verb? Clinging, clings, or the best word to use here, I think, is to take hold, because in explaining how we identify ourselves as the 5 skandhas, the 5 constituents of psycho-physicality, of a body and mind, the Buddha described the process as like a fire taking hold. As a fire and firewood take hold of each other, that's how we identify ourselves as a separate psychophysical unit, possessing 5 constituents, 5 skandhas. So the word upada, that's another aspect of the word upada, to take hold. So I translated upādānam, upādātte, clinging, takes hold. Tṛṣyamāṇa upādānam, upādātte catur-vidham. Catur means 4, and vidham means, catur-vidham means 4 ways. So, while thirsting is going on, clinging takes hold in the 4 ways. So, there are 4 kinds of clinging, which is kama upādāna. Kama plus upādāna. Kama means desire. In compound, it could be singular or plural. Here, probably easier to understand it as plural. Upādāna, clinging. Kama upādāna, so a plus u becomes o. Kama upādāna, clinging to desires. As in Sanskrit, as in English, desires in the plural could mean what you desire. And then shīla-vrata-upādāna. Shīla means discipline or virtue, and vrata means vows of practice. So clinging to virtue and vows of practice. Okay, so in no sense is this pejorative towards shīla and vrata, which of course are fundamental in a good sense to practice, but obviously it's the clinging which is the thing which is an obstacle to freedom. It's not that shīla and vrata are an obstacle to freedom, it's that the clinging to them is the obstacle to freedom. So kama upādāna, clinging to desires. Shīla-vrata-upādāna, clinging to virtue and vows of practice. Then drishti-upādāna, drishti is views, clinging to views. And atma-vāda-upādāna, atma means self and vada means speaking or telling a story. So telling it, atmavada, like telling a story of the self, self-narrative, if you like. So I'd translate clinging to self-narratives. Atmavada-upādāna.
upādāne sati bhava upādātuhu pravartate.
Upādāne sati bhava upādātu pravartate. So upādāne is locative again. So upādāna, clinging, and the E ending makes locative, so where there is clinging. And sati is also locative. It's locative of a verb to be, which is as, verbal root as. Locative, singular, sati. So upādāne sati means where there is clinging, where clinging is going on, where clinging is being, literally, isn't it? Sati is locative of to be, so, but it means, again, sati could be there just to make the pada have 8 syllables. The sense is locative, absolute, where there is clinging. Bhava means becoming, or sometimes it's translated in this context as continuation of being, but it's from the root bu, which means to be or to become. Upādātu is the genitive of upādatre, upādatte, and that would be, upādatte would be the one who clings, the clinger. So upādātuhu is genitive, so of the clinger. So bhava upādātu, the becoming of the clinger. Pravartate, arises. We saw it before with saṁpravartate, which I translated as there occurs. Here I've translated pravartate as arises. Upādāne sati bhava upādātuhu pravartate. Where there is clinging, the becoming arises of the clinger. So bhava, becoming, is link number 10 of the 12 links.
ṣaḍāyatanam
Ṣaḍāyatanam mucetana-bhaved-bhavah. Ṣaḍ is optative, so it's optative of the verb, verbal root as, to be. So it suggests conditionality, I suppose. He is for, and yadi is if. So syadhi yadi anupādāno, upādāna, again clinging, an upādāno is negative prefix. So free of clinging, without clinging. Syadhi yadyanupādāno, syadhi yadyanupādāno. If it were free of clinging. Muceta. Muceta, again, is optative. It means it would. Much, the verb much is to release, to be free. So muceta, it would be released, it would be liberated. Na, not. Bhaved, would become. Bhaved is optative of the verbal root bu, to be or to become. And bhava is the 10th link, becoming. So bhaved bhava means become, it would become, becoming. na-bhaved-bhava, it would not become becoming. Syadhyadyanupādāno muceta na-bhaved-bhavaha. For if it were free of clinging, it would be liberated and would not become becoming. So the subject of what would be liberated, I've taken as becoming. Becoming would be liberated and would not become becoming. Where there is clinging, the becoming arises of the clinger. For if it were free of clinging, becoming would be liberated and would not become becoming. So the point is, the point in the round is that every link in the 12 links in the chain, in the dependent arising of suffering, is empty of itself, but full of all the other links. So you stop one, you stop the whole thing. So it's easy to think in more conventional terms that the original root cause is ignorance, and so you have to destroy ignorance, and then you're destroying the problem at the root if you destroy ignorance. But to think like that is to grasp everything Nagarjuna has said in the previous 25 chapters about the emptiness. All the things we conceive of as things are empty of their own self-existence, but full of everything else. So there is no such thing as ignorance as a thing unto itself. And equally, if you stop ignorance as an empty dharma, then you're stopping everything. You're stopping all the other links in the chain. Similarly, with attachment, you can think that if you stop attachment, you stop the whole aggregate of suffering. But it isn't. The wrong conception is to home in on attachment as if it were a non-empty thing, and to want to destroy it, to wage a war on attachment. If you were an American neocon, you'd probably phrase it like that. Conceive of some kind of enemy separately existing out there, and you want to destroy it. Well, that's ignorance. But equally, ignorance is not a thing out there that we can isolate and destroy. It's the first link in a chain of 12 links, which go in a circle, and they double back on each other, as we've seen verse 3 and 4. So in another work called Ratnavali, which means a string of jewels, Nagarjuna compares the situation to a firebrand. If you've got a torch with a smouldering at the end, and you whiz it round, it forms continuous, what we see as a continuous pattern of light, like we would do with sparklers on bonfire night. So that analogy is to remind us that it's not separate links in a chain that you can understand one by one. Although, as we go through them in words like this, that's what we do, because that's the conventional. That's the convention that we have to rely on. So in chapter 24, 2 chapters ago, Nagarjuna says that Dve satye samupashritye buddhanam dharma deshana. The Dharma teaching of the Buddhas rests on 2 truths, which are the conventional truth and the ultimate truth. And he says that people who don't understand that distinction don't know how it is in the profound depths of the Buddha's teaching. So we're using conventions, even with language and words, but what it's pointing to is the ultimate truth. So that's taken us up to the 10th link. The final two links to the left are jati, birth, and jara marana dukkadi, the suffering and such like of aging and death, which we'll attack next time. But for now, let's just recap the first 7 verses, taking us up to link 10, which is bhava, becoming.
अथ द्वादशाङ्गपरीक्षा नाम षड्विंशतितमं प्रकरणम्.
Next, then, atha dvadasanga-pariksha nama, named exploration of the 12 links, षड्विंशतितमं prakaranam, chapter 26.
पुनर्भवाय संस्कारान् अविद्या निवृत्तस्त्रिधा अभिसंस्कुरुते यांस्तैर्गतिं गच्छति कर्मभिः.
One enveloped in ignorance accumulates in the 3 ways the karma formations, samskaras, that lead to further becoming, and by these actions visits a realm.
विज्ञानं सन्निविशते संस्कार प्रत्ययं गतो सन्निविष्टेथ विज्ञाने नाम-रूपं निṣikte.
Samskara conditioned consciousness seeps into the realm. Then, with the seeping in of divided consciousness, psycho-physicality is instilled.
niṣikte nāma-rūpe tu ṣaḍāyatana-saṁbhavaḥ ṣaḍāyatanam āgamya saṁsparśaḥ saṁpravartate.
But where psycho-physicality is instilled, there is the coming into being of 6 sense spheres. Six sense spheres having arrived, there occurs contact.
cakṣuḥ pratītya rūpaṁ ca samanvāhāram ca nāma-rūpaṁ pratītyaivaṁ vijñānaṁ saṁpravartate.
Depending on I, on form, and on the bringing of the 2 together, depending, in other words, on psycho-physicality, divided consciousness occurs.
saṁnipātas trayāṇāṁ yo rūpa-vijñāna-cakṣuṣām sparśaḥ tasmāt sparśac vedanā-pratyayā.
Whatever combination there is of the 3, form, consciousness, and I, that is contact. And from that contact there occurs feeling.
vedanā-pratyayā tṛṣṇā vedanārthaṁ hi tṛṣyate tṛṣyamāṇa upādānam upādātte catur-vidham.
Conditioned by feeling, there is thirsting, for the object of feeling is thirsted after. While thirsting is going on, clinging takes hold in the 4 ways.
upādāne sati bhava upādātuh pravartate ṣaḍāyatanam muccetana bhaved bhavah.
Where there is clinging, the becoming arises of the clinger. For if it were free of clinging, becoming would be liberated and would not become becoming.